Ugh, okay. Whew. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel super weird because I never thought I'd film a video like this, and now it's kind of awkward because I'm not even talking about makeup. It's like so personal. So I wouldn't even know how to start this video. Let's just do a story time and I'll start from the beginning. That way it all kind of makes sense and hopefully I will answer all your questions because at this point I really don't know where to start. For the past 4 months, I've been holding on to a secret, and I normally am an open book, but given the sensitivity of the current situation, I decided to kind of keep this hush hush. My initial plan was to keep it quiet and try to get away with it and not say anything at all to anybody other than like my family until all was said and done, meaning nine and a half months were passed. And in my mind, I was just gonna like come on here and be like, hey guys, I had a baby type of situation. And there's definitely reason behind that. I know you guys are gonna understand. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, and if you're following me on Instagram and here on YouTube, then of course you have seen my posts, also Facebook. On Thanksgiving, I announced that I am currently pregnant. So I've been holding the secret for 4 months. And I did go on Instagram and asked you, I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath here. But I did go on Instagram and ask you guys if you had any questions. Make sure you respond to that little post there. That way I could answer your questions. And I feel like based on all the questions that I did get, because I got so many of them, I feel like the story time will definitely answer every single question, almost every single question that I received on that story. So I'd say 95% of your questions will be answered. You guys will understand the surgery, why I've been MIA, my filming schedule has been pretty inconsistent. I've been kind of off, skin issues, I mean it all. So let's start. I've struggled with infertility pretty much my entire life. I've been pregnant now with this current pregnancy 3 times. My first pregnancy was 2011, and in that year I did receive assistance from an infertility specialist in order to get pregnant. Unfortunately, that pregnancy was cut extremely short at 5.5 months. I ended up going into preterm labor and gave birth to my son, who was actually a stillborn. That situation was extremely traumatic. There's just so much that went into that situation and that we had to endure and live through, and it was probably the lowest we have ever been in our lives, my husband and I. You know, it's devastating to try to get pregnant for 10 years and then when you finally get pregnant, it's cut extremely short. My second pregnancy was Ty, which you've seen. She is now my 7-year-old. She just turned 7 like 2 weeks ago. And her situation was kind of different. I did go in for infertility treatments. I did get some tests done due to my first pregnancy and my first experience with labor, the trauma that my body went through. I did undergo some tests. The results were you'll never get pregnant. Like, you just can't get pregnant. You'll never get pregnant. But due to the type of test that they did, turns out somehow an egg was loose and then I got pregnant on my own, and that is how Ty came about. That's just basically what it is. So technically, I did not subject myself to infertility assistance with Ty's pregnancy, but it like the test that they did actually helped me get pregnant, kind of like by mistake. So it was like kind of like a win-win. And that pregnancy was not necessarily rough. It was just not a normal pregnancy. I was considered high risk at that time due to my first pregnancy being a preterm stillborn. A lot of information, really long story. So I kind of don't want to get into it because I don't want to focus on those 2 pregnancies right now. This current pregnancy is very similar to mine with Ty, so I'll focus detail on this current pregnancy. Yes. I've been on birth control pills since Ty was about 6 months. I wanted to enjoy my baby. I wanted to embrace every chapter of my life with her and just really just go through every single stage and embrace it and enjoy it and just not be too preoccupied, because we were always already busy as it was with work. It was one of those things like I just really wanted to focus and enjoy her versus trying for another baby. And we always said, well, when she's like 3 or 4 off diapers and stuff, then we'll try for another one. And you know, she's so much bigger now, and that never happened. So now this year, you guys know that COVID, my husband and his cancer diagnosis, emergency cancer surgery, the move to Florida, the whole 9. You guys know this year has been extreme chaos. Now, we have had a lot of chaotic moments, but we've also been blessed in many different ways. So we end up moving to Florida in July after 10 years of wanting to do it. And all of a sudden, in 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, the opportunity presents itself and we do it. He's still recovering from surgery. Long story short, it is August. And we wake up one morning and he says, you know, she's gonna be 7. What do we need to do to see if we can, you know, try and have another one? And I said, I mean, I'm on birth control. Like, we can just get off of it and just see where it goes, you know? Not planning it, to be honest, not planning it. It was more of a just stop the pill and see what happens. In my mind, because I've always needed infertility support, I've needed tests, I've needed some type of guidance in terms of like how my body works, I legit told him, I'll get off the pill, but just don't expect anything to happen for 6 to 8 months. And in worst case, if nothing happens, which I don't think it will, then we can see if we can identify a good infertility doctor here in Florida, because my infertility doctors were all in Jersey. So I said, if I can find a good one that I'm comfortable with, then maybe we can consider infertility treatment to have another one. Now, mind you, this was August. I stopped the pill August. On September 18th, I decided to wear these boyfriend jeans that were just like really high-waisted, but they were super cute. I was gonna wear it with a crop top, and like my whole outfit was the jam. Okay, I put my hair in, I was like feeling myself. Like my jeans fit and they closed, but then the moment I went to sit down, I felt extremely uncomfortable. And I was telling him like, oh, okay, maybe Aunt Flo will be coming in the next few days because I feel different. Like I feel different in this area, and in this area, I legit went and changed my clothes. And he said, but why would you change? You look nice. And I said, if I'm not comfortable, I can't have a good time. And we were gonna go visit his aunt and his dad, who his dad came from DR. I changed my clothes. I felt normal. I felt good. We moved on. That was a Saturday. As a matter of fact, that very Saturday, I ordered off of Amazon like a kit of pregnancy tests, because I said, you know what? We're not avoiding it. So it's good to have it just in case, just in case. So that very morning, before even noticing that I was feeling off, I placed an order on Amazon for like a kit of, I'll put it up here so you guys can see which one it was, but it was like a kit of pregnancy tests. They were gonna be overnighted, which is fine. It's whatever. I said, at least we have them if we need them. Yeah, so that day I ended up changing my clothes. I didn't feel like myself. I had a great time. Sunday morning, I woke up. This area over here was so swollen and it was painful, and I couldn't even do one of these, and I just felt off. But I chalked it up to, well, this would be my first cycle without birth control. So it makes sense. Like, I don't have those hormones in my system. So that's why. So then Monday morning, my husband reminds me that Wednesday I had a dentist appointment for a cleaning, x-rays, all that jazz. And I told him, why do I feel so off? I feel so much more off than normal. Like, this is not okay. And coincidentally, I did have those pregnancy tests delivered Sunday. So I said, well, let me just take one and see what happens, And he was like, you think? And I was like, I don't think. I really do think that flow is coming and my body's just reacting to not having the birth control, but it doesn't hurt. They're here, so I'll just test myself. So I'm gonna put the picture up here somewhere. I test myself and I got like the regular line that you're supposed to get, but then I got another one that was kind of not there. Like, that line was ghosting us. He had like a little smirk on his face. And I said, yeah, don't get excited because my body never works. It's never worked for as long as you know me. I'm pretty sure that was a really bad strip. So don't get excited. I'll test again tomorrow just in case, but no. And I just moved on with my life. I did cleaning, cooking, I filmed, I did the whole 9, lived my life like a normal human being. Tuesday morning, I wake up feeling even more sore and kind of nauseous. At that point, I kind of freaked out. So when I went to the bathroom, I grabbed 2 of the strips and I tested 2 strips. And at that moment, I thought I was seeing double. I was having a moment. I was gonna have a panic attack. Here's the picture with the 2 strips. The line that was initially ghosting that test the day before was darker. In both. Like, I can understand it. One was like a faulty test, but the other 2 was like legit right. So I was like, no, you know what? These are like those kind of weird tests and they're from Amazon. They're like $8 for like that many. There's no way this actually worked. I went to Walgreens and I ended up getting, I think it was a 3 or 4 pack of the clear blue pregnancy tests. Because I figured I'm gonna need more than one. This is definitely gonna say not pregnant. So I'm gonna need more than one that way, because like the Amazon ones are no good. I got home, I ended up going, took the test. It did say wait 5 minutes. And so I waited, and in less than 2 minutes, it felt like it was literally 1 minute, the word pregnant shows up. Here's the test. I don't know if you guys can see it though. I did a double take and I was like, no. Where's the word not? You know what I mean? Like, I was looking for the word not. Not. And then I was like, well, but it says pregnant. So at that point, I freaked out because I'm like, okay, I've taken 3 of the other ones, 1 of this one. This one's more expensive and 99.9% accurate. Does this mean I'm actually freaking pregnant? And so I came out of the bathroom and I just like literally like this. He was in the living room and I went to him and I said, oh my God. When I showed it to him, he had the biggest smile on his face. And I was just like, why are you smiling? And I'm like freaking out. I know it sounds like I was freaking out because I wasn't happy about it. I was freaking out solely because, first of all, I've never seen an at-home pregnancy test of mine ever say pregnant, let alone 4. Okay, so that's number 1. The bigger thing for me is my body's never worked on its own, and I've always been concerned about having an ectopic pregnancy because I've been told that I'm at higher risk for that because of the fact of my first experience with a pregnancy. So at this point, I'm freaking the hell out. I'm trying to identify doctors in Florida. And COVID has made it so like things so much more complicated to identify doctors, to get treatment, to see a doctor. It was just a thing, okay? It was just this whole process. And I would call people and people wouldn't want to see me because I needed to be at least 10 weeks in. And I'm explaining to them, like, you don't get it. Like, I've always been a high risk individual. Like, I need to get confirmation that I am pregnant and I need to like get in treatment like now. I ended up going in to see a doctor, like a regular GYN, who also does infertility and also does extremely high risk pregnancies. I don't know how, I think I Googled them or something and it just all worked out because God is good. I've always been blessed. I end up going in there. She told me, no, you're for sure pregnant. We did check the test and you're about 6.5 weeks in, so you're for sure pregnant. And I just didn't even know what to respond to that other than I'll get some prenatal vitamins because I had no idea what in the world to say. And then they told me to come back in 2 weeks to see the actual doctor. Now those 2 weeks were actually pretty difficult weeks for me because my brain was not functioning the same. I was feeling so nauseous, yet I wouldn't throw up. I was also feeling extremely tired. I still had to like handle what I normally would handle, e-learning, filming. It was just a lot, especially when my brain wasn't there for it. It's weird how hormones and how your body feeling off completely turns off the way your brain would normally function. I was able to go in, meet the doctor. They did an ultrasound at that point, and when they did an ultrasound, they verified that it was 1 baby because I said no, because you know, if 2020 struck again this way, I don't even know. Can you please verify that there's 1 baby in there? So they checked and it was 1 baby, but I had this like crazy pain, and that was part of my issue within those 2 weeks. On my left hand side, it kind of felt like ovarian pain, or even in my tube. It was weird. So those 2 weeks, I promise you, I told my husband, don't get excited because I think it's an ectopic pregnancy. I have this crazy pain on my left hand side. I couldn't even do this. So when I went for my ultrasound that day, I did tell her, can you please check everything, check the ovaries, check the fallopian tubes, because I feel like something's wrong. And she's like, nope, the baby is in your uterus. Your baby is fine. And I said, but why the the pain. So she started checking and she goes, well, you're very bloated. There's excess stuff in there that you need to work on releasing. She goes, but your fallopian tubes are fine and your ovaries are perfectly fine as well. You have nothing going on there. So the pain could be like growing pains, or it could be like gas pains or whatever. So I just, like, in my mind, I'm trying to debunk the fact that I'm actually pregnant and that it's a normal pregnancy and that there's nothing wrong with it, because my body has never worked on its own. But yeah, I met the doctor and it just turns out that he's one of the best in Broward County, if not in all of Florida. Apparently he's the best at high-risk pregnancies, especially one like mine. So now we're gonna move on to the surgery, because I didn't tell anyone that I got surgery, but I did get surgery and I had to take a few days off. What happened with me with my first pregnancy was I went into preterm labor. So my cervix started dilating extra early at 5.5 months, and I didn't even feel any pains at all. Like, my water didn't break, I was in no pain, I felt nothing. And then my uterus started contracting and I felt nothing, like no pain at all whatsoever while it was starting. Eventually I felt everything and that was not fun. So with my second pregnancy, which was Ty, and this current pregnancy, what they did was they conducted a cerclage, which is a same day surgery. They don't have to put you under 100%. They ended up having to do it with me for both cerclages solely because my body just doesn't work like normal people. So they tried giving me a spinal to numb me waist down and it just doesn't work. So they ended up putting me under this time around also for the cerclage. Google McDonald cerclage. There's definitely videos on YouTube. They literally show you how they do it and it's pretty graphic. It's a little traumatizing, so I don't suggest you search it like as a YouTube video, but they definitely have images on Google and graphs that you can check out to get an idea. But essentially, they are sewing up your cervix and making it nice and tight so that it doesn't start to dilate early. I had to be on bed rest for several days, ended up being a little bit over a week. Now, my surgery ended up being November, I wanna say November, was it November 8th or 9th? I know it was a Monday, so whatever Monday that was, 9th, because Ty's birthday, we celebrated on Saturday, and I ended up being on bed rest and I could not participate. I could not help out. I could not enjoy her birthday, and that broke my heart. I do have to go in every 2 weeks to get my cerclage checked via ultrasound. They just want to make sure that it is not kind of opening, ripping, that it's not coming loose or anything like that. As the baby gets bigger, it applies more weight, so they really need to monitor it. They also have to monitor for infection and all that good stuff. I should be starting hormones. I'm not sure if I'll be doing the shot and or like these pills. I'm gonna go for whatever makes sense to me, my family, and just in general. But with Ty's pregnancy, I also had to do shots every single week, and that sucked because they were super painful. So that's pretty much where I have been. I've been in so many doctor's appointments. I have been back and forth, a nervous wreck, not knowing what's gonna happen, just not knowing anything. And that's partly why in my mind, I was like, if I can get away with not sharing this at all on social media until the end, until it's guaranteed, until my child is handed to me and I have the baby on my arms, then I won't share anything. And that was initially my idea, and now I kind of feel bad about it, solely because you guys are my family and you guys are extremely supportive. And the moment that you guys realize that, okay, something's off, she seems different, or she's saying she's not feeling well, or something's going on, you guys automatically thought I was either sick or something was wrong with Juan. Something happened with his treatment, and you guys were automatically praying, not saying what's going on, please tell us. You guys weren't being nosy about it. You guys were just like, whatever it is, we're just praying for you. And I got so much of that I said, okay, I owe them that much. I held this secret in because I didn't know exactly where it was going given my history. I am 34 years old, and you know, as you get closer to 35 and then over 35, it's just automatically high risk. So I'm closer to 35 and I'm already high risk, and I've had a high risk pregnancy. So it's one of those things like, I need to have as many doctors looking over me. And I'm sorry, I'm just talking and I just have all this, like, I'll show you guys like my belly in a second, but it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. And it feels weird getting it out. I never thought I'd come on my channel and be like, I'm pregnant, you know, but I am. Oh my God, do you guys see? Like, it's just a lot. I didn't have a big chest. I'm working with a lot over here, and they're like so painful. It's crazy. I didn't remember it being this painful with Ty, honestly. Okay, and now I'm gonna show you guys like my belly. And yes, I do have maternity pants on now because although I am 4 months, for some reason I'm showing a lot faster than I think most people would, which is why I was like, make sure there's only one baby in there and not 2 or 3. But this is what I'm working with right now. So that's a lot. Then again, I did have a big belly with Ty at first, and then it kind of like slowed down. But yeah, this is what we're working with right now. I'm not used to this anymore. Here we have baby number 3. Whew. And I'm still peeing a lot, which sucks. Because it's not fun going to the bathroom to pee like 30 times a day. I feel good. I'm reading the signs that my body is giving me, and so far I'm good. I'm trying to still take it super easy, even though we're not living in easy times right now. I'm trying to rest as much as possible, but I also am just now starting to feel my energy coming back. I am in my 2nd trimester, so I am starting to feel more like myself. Things that I noticed at first that I was like, what is going on, is like the severe acne. Now I'm getting like little bumps here and there. I did eliminate 90% of the skincare that I was using. I did get questions on, well, what skincare are you using right now? What are you avoiding during pregnancy? If you guys want a video on that, I can do something quick. I don't feel like I want to dedicate a full video on just like the skincare that I'm avoiding and the skincare that I'm using during pregnancy. I can probably add that as part of another video if you guys want, but I am avoiding a lot of skincare, and I'm just sticking to like a handful of things that seem to be working for me and have really helped my skin kind of clear out. I've been asked about cravings. I've been a lover of anything sour. That's the only thing that I've really noticed. I don't do like gummy candies, sweet candies, that kind of thing, like Sour Patches or like the little fishies, like the red ones. I don't do that kind of stuff, but I've been loving it. Skittles, the sour Skittles have been amazing. Sour Patches are the best thing ever right now. And pickles. The moment I smell a pickle, like I want it. Like my husband will grab a pickle and take a bite, and I'm like, give me. And I will enjoy that pickle and probably get up and get another one. So I've been big on pickles and like things that are like sour or bitter. But then there's days that I'm just like, ew, get it away from me. And then I've been craving a lot of food that I ate growing up. So like a lot of the Latino foods that my mom would make growing up, I've been craving it. So I've been making it. Like I made gandule soup, which is, I think gandule is like pigeon peas in English. I'm not sure, like the little green ones. I made sopa de gandule with ham in it, and it was the best thing ever. And I've been eating a lot of soups too. I'm going through the questions here, just checking, because I don't want this video to be extremely long, but I also want to try to answer as many as possible. All of you saying congratulations, thank you. I was nervous to put that post up, and I don't even know why I was nervous, but I was nervous to put that post up. And then I was so grateful to see so many of you guys be super supportive. It was just so nice. Like you guys had me emotional there. I was like, people are so nice. Yeah, I've been a wreck. I cry like talking to my husband about other people's situations. I freaking cry. Like, and I'm not a big time crier. Like it's rare for me to cry. But like I will cry. Like I've been really emotional, and I know it's a hormonal thing, but Another question was, is it a boy or a girl? I don't know if I want to share that yet. Do I know whether it's a boy or a girl? Yes, I do. Well, actually, yes, we do. I think I'll hold off on that one and see what happens. But yes, I do know. Oh, people wanted to know my due date. So I'm due May 30th as of right now, which is right after my husband's birthday. But that is if I go full term. Technically, with my situation, mixing it with it being high risk, cerclage, and the fact that it's more than likely like 90% going to have to be another C-section, it'll probably be like somewhere around 2 weeks before the 30th. So it'll be around my husband's birthday. My husband's birthday is May 26th. So it'll be like around there or before then or something like that for sure. I feel like I pretty much answered all the questions, but there was one that I'm not sure you guys are interested in, to be honest. There was one saying, are we gonna get baby videos? Are we gonna get vlogs? Are we gonna get updates at all? Like follow your journey through your pregnancy. I don't know what you guys want, to be honest. Again, it's weird filming this video because it is a beauty channel and I pretty much stick to anything beauty, like unboxings, tutorials, and that kind of thing. But let me know down below if you guys would be interested, even if it's like short little videos of just updates. I don't know what you guys want to see. Maybe as I'm doing tutorials, I can just like do chit chat ones and just like talk to you guys and give you guys update, share like the new stuff. The entire goal here is to get to full term and deliver a healthy baby. So God willing, and all our prayers, all your prayers, we will get there with this one again. And that would be yet another blessing. I want to thank you guys again for all the love, all the support. You guys are absolutely amazing. All the well wishes. I don't even know how many times I'm going to say this, but just honestly from the bottom of my heart, my husband, who's keeping an eye on Ty now so that I can kind of like really talk to you guys right now. We are all just like in awe on how amazing you guys are, and we're super de-duper grateful. I send virtual hugs and kisses to you all, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.